Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the live, y'all. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, y'all. Now, today is Sunday, right? And it was supposed to be like this huge winter storm. There was no storm. There is no snow. At least where I am. I know it's snowing in other states, but at least where I am, there's no snow, and I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed. Before we get into it, I'm sorry, y'all. We talking about how to attract and keep beautiful women today. I know a lot of the men on my channel, they really wanted this conversation. They've been wanting this conversation. I just really ain't never gave it to y'all for real. I kind of did in the marriage conversation, but y'all wasn't listening. So I'm going to put it in this way. I'm going to put the conversation in this way. We only going to be talking about how to attract and keep beautiful women. If you see the thumbnail that I made, woman magnet, women magnet, you know, a lot of men, that's just what you want. So if that's what you want, let me give y'all what y'all want. Let me tell y'all what's the tea. Let me tell y'all what's going on. You want a beautiful woman? I'm going to tell you how to get one today. And I'm going to give you five things you need to do in order for you to get you a beautiful woman. So y'all stay tuned, because that's what we're talking about today. I don't want the conversation to be too long. Like, honestly, we're not going to make this conversation too long. I do want to do a poll, though. So I'm trying to do that right now on my computer, because I want to do a poll so we can see who is attracting and keeping beautiful women. Do you have a beautiful woman right now? That's a messy question. Let's ask it. Do you have a beautiful woman right now in your life? And not me. You cannot say me, because I'm not there in real life. I'm just on the phone. Thank you, Burberry. Thank you so much. Do you have a beautiful woman in real life right now? Yes. No. I don't know, because some of y'all really don't be knowing. Hi, Jen. How are you? So there's our poll for today. So y'all make sure y'all go ahead and vote in our poll for today. Do you have a beautiful woman right now in your life? Do you? You let me know. That's someone who is, I do not date women, so y'all let me know. Do you have a beautiful woman? I know many of beautiful women. We already got 4 votes. Oh, everybody said no. Oh my. One person said yes. Everybody else said no. Okay. Held Ed said, yes, I do. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Y'all make sure y'all double tap the live today. Double tap the live. This question is more directed to anybody who dates women. So if you're dating a woman, that question is for you. I don't date women, but this is the conversation to help you guys who do date women, who want more beautiful women in your life. I have these secrets that you do not know. Some of y'all just did not learn this. Maybe you just didn't have the role models around you. You know, maybe you just didn't have healthy relationships modeled around you. I get it. We all have to learn in some way. That's what we're going to talk about today. So thank you guys so much for your compliment. I appreciate it. Lightning is back. Said I do not. Well, we're going to talk about it today. Thank you, Scooby. You got Scooby in the picture, Scooby in your name. Okay, thank you so much, baby. So most of the people are saying no. It's so unfortunate, but what we're going to talk about it today. We're going to get you beautiful women. Okay, so let's give it a second. Let's see who all comes in the chat before we start our conversation. And I'm going to tell you the 5 things you need to know to attract and maintain beautiful women in your life. Hi, Fit TV. Hello, hello. Attract means that you are not going the extra mile, right? That means that you are who you are, and they are just in your vicinity. You don't have to go climb a mountain to go get these beautiful women, right? You don't have to go lift 2 cars to go get these beautiful women, okay? That means they are just naturally in your vicinity, and then you can go as the man you are. If you are a man, I know some maybe women dating women, who knows? but I'm talking to more masculine people, right? So whether you're a woman or a man, if you're masculine, you want to go out, get a beautiful woman, they're going to be there. I'm going to tell you how to attract it and keep it. Hey, GR. As opposed to fantasy, as opposed to, because you GR, you know how the men be on the live. You know, they going to be like, well, you're here right now. We're not talking about me. In real life, when you look around, you're with your real eyes. Your real eyes. When you look around with your real eyes, not on your phone. Close the phone. Look around the room with your real eyes. Do you have beautiful women? That is the question. Make sure you guys double tap the live. Most of the people are saying no, so it's so unfortunate. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get right into it, y'all. So again, like I said, we have 5. Well, I figured out 5 things. As a woman who dates men, I mean, I can tell you things that I have conversations with the girls who I'm around. As a woman who dates men, my own personal beliefs. This is what I've seen consistently. And then when I go out and I see men dating, or if I'm hearing people talk about dating, this is what I'm consistently seeing. On top of that, we've had so many conversations, y'all. Around relationships, healthy relationships, whether that's romantic or platonic or familial. And this is also just things that I've seen through consistent research. Like, what do you need to know to keep a good relationship through research, right? So it's not just my own personal opinions. It's also what I see in the research and in real life. Hey, BS Gamer. Do you have a question for me? No, I don't have a question for you. What? So, okay, the yes is going up a little bit more. So let's get into it. I want to start off with this as number 1, and then I'm going to tell you why I made this number 1. I made this number 1 because in the past, I did a poll, and in this particular poll, I asked you guys a question. I asked you guys what was your mindset, or if you knew what type of money roles you wanted in your relationship. So that would look like, do you want to do 50-50? Do you want the man to pay majority of the bills and the woman not to work? You want a stay-at-home wife? Or do you want a woman who works, but she only contributes like a little bit while you contribute the majority, right? What's going on? Hello. Hey, y'all. Hey, Haywood. Welcome back. Hey, Kanoka. Hi. Hello, Tarun. Hello. So we had that conversation in the past, and it was so surprising to me that majority of the people who voted in the poll did not know what type of roles they wanted to have in their relationships financially. So one of my things that I said as number 1, especially because a lot of people are going to be listening to this, for you guys, we're talking about relationships. Yes. Hello, everybody. For you guys, as a man or a masculine person who wants to attract beautiful women and keep them in your life, you have to know this first. If you do not know this first, you're going to have struggles in your relationship because there's going to be a lot of confusion, and you need to know what role you play in your relationship. So the first thing that I say, if you want to attract and keep beautiful women, is you need to know the financial roles that you want to play and that you want the women or the woman in your life to play, right? So if you don't know that, it's going to cause a lot of confusion and chaos, resentment. I'm telling you, whether that's on your side or on her side, right? So again, that could look like asking yourself questions of, who's going to pay for these dates? Is this going to be a 50-50 date? Or am I, as a man, going to pay for this date? Okay. Are we going to do 50-50 with bills? We moving together, who's paying the bills? Who's staying at home? Are we both working? Are we both making money? Am I okay with the woman that I'm with staying at home? Or do I feel like she needs to go work? Well, if she does work, is she contributing to any of our bills? Or is she just contributing to her bills? Or is her money just going somewhere else? You have to know what financial roles you want to have in your relationship, because then you can communicate that and say, hey, this is what I want. And you don't have to be going and trying to find women who expect a man to pay 100% of the bills if you want to do 50-50, like someone in the comments already said. Tom said 50-50 doesn't get you eye candy. And then Haywood said, beautiful women don't require money in Texas. What part of Texas you live in? You must live in the country. Food stamps. I don't know nothing about the food stamps. 2026, not 1926. If a woman can't go in on the bill, she ain't worth my time. So that's the number one thing you need to know. So Burberry already knows. I think Burberry is the one who said 50-50 all the way. 50-50, right? And different people are going to have different requirements. You know, that's just what it is. You cannot go and be upset with somebody who says they want 50-50, and then you want your woman to be a stay-at-home wife, right? You cannot expect that woman who wants to go 50-50 to be a stay-at-home wife, because that's just not the standards that she has for her life, right? So you have to know what you want financially in a relationship. GR said, ask, woman or man, are you going to trip out on me, crash out eventually? You know ain't nobody going to answer that question realistically. They going to be like, no, I'm sane. I'm a sane person. You're not going to deal with no drama. So understand, in real life, money is never just money. Most of the problems that people have with money is never really just about money, really. You know, money is a symbol of responsibility. It's a symbol of leadership. It's a symbol of ability to plan long term. You know, you want to know, what, am I the one who's good at money? Are we both good at money? Or am I not that good at money? Is my partner better at money than I am, right? If you don't feel like you're good at money as a man, then you probably are going to want to attract a woman who makes, you know, money. And you probably going to want to do 50-50 a little bit more if you're not as confident in that, right? So that's why that's my number one thing that I feel like many of you guys should know if you want to keep and attract beautiful women. Now, like somebody said, I'm going to be very honest. I do not believe that a woman who knows her worth is going to go and be with a 50-50 person, right? I believe, honestly, that a woman with low self-esteem is going to go out and attract a 50-50 person. I'm just speaking honesty, right? I'm honestly speaking to you guys, so you guys are aware of what you may be attracting if you're going to attract a person who's okay with doing 50-50. Now, also, it could be the culture they were brought up in, the environment. It could be a trauma response. But most women who want a family, they want to have children and they want to be married, most of them probably are not going to be as interested in 50-50 because the quality of life that it provides, right? So right now, if you guys are confused, a lot of y'all are just coming in here saying random stuff. If y'all are confused, we're talking about how to attract and keep beautiful women in your life. Okay. As a masculine person, we got 23 votes. So let's see what everybody's saying in our poll. So yeah, 48% of the people out of the 23 votes that we have said they do not have a beautiful woman in real life right now in their life. So, but 30% said yes, and 22% said, I don't know. I always add, I don't know, because some of y'all really just don't be knowing. I don't know how y'all don't know that, but I like to add it for the confused people out there. You said you're right. They send out their neat and trend represent a girl. What am I trying to say? Representative first until they relax. Exactly. So again, like I said, if you don't know your own financial standards, you're going to attract chaos, randomness. You're going to attract women that you're not aligned to. It's going to make it difficult for you to filter out women. I feel like a lot of people's problems. See, I told you, GR, what I tell you they was going to say. What I tell you they was going to say in the comments. But what was I saying? I was saying you can't filter out the woman. A lot of men don't have standards. Let's be so honest. A lot of men don't have standards, and they are okay with picking the closest fruit to them that's falling to the ground, right? Like they want to get the easiest thing to get their needs met and feel satiated, and then they keep going in that feedback loop, in that cycle, but really they're not really satisfied. They're only maybe physically satisfied. They're not mentally, spiritually, or emotionally satisfied in those relationships. So you need to know your financial standards and roles. What are your expectations? What is it? Tristan said, good day. I found you. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, babe. Malifin Simon said, love right now is about money and not true love. And you know what they say about money being the root of all evil. I don't believe in that. And it said, money makes the world go around, not love. So I'm single and want to stay that way. Malif, it sounds like you have a lot of trauma and limiting beliefs. Y'all, if y'all watched the money mindset conversations that we had a while ago, we kept talking about that because that is one of the number one limiting beliefs that many people have about money. Money is not an animated thing. It's not. It doesn't have breath. It cannot walk. It needs something else behind it to do what it does, right? So money is not the root of all evil. Maybe it's the character and the spirit of the person who's using that money. So we cannot blame inanimate objects for life. That's like blaming a bomb instead of the people who threw the bomb. Like, we gotta be self-real, you know? So Unc said, you have to stay on your purpose and grind. This isn't the economy to take care of someone. It takes a team, especially with standards and expectations of modern women. Live at your means. I agree, live at your means, but I think that you just got to be around people who do take care of people. You know, people got children, people got wives and family. They take care of them pretty well in this economy. You just have to know, like you said, you got to live at your means and be able to communicate that with the woman that you're with. That's why we have to know what our financial expectation and standards are, so you can communicate that, and the woman that you are communicating that with will understand and will live at that means as well. Women want just as much as men. Why do men have to pay for everything? Can't answer every question. Hey, John. Hey, Rico. Y'all be coming on at the same time. You said, I'm fine with the woman being the breadwinner. And as long as you know your financial standards, that's what is important. It's tangible. It's a lack of money. The love of money is the root of all evil. Rico said, well, I like this topic. Ooh, okay. Hey, Andrew. Hello. Thank you. Y'all, and like I was telling y'all earlier, I know a lot of men been wanting me to have this conversation, and I really just been kind of like, you know. But I said, let me give them the conversation today. Let me give y'all the conversation today. I know y'all been wanting this conversation. I know y'all have. Again, majority of the people are saying no, they don't, but yes, it's getting up there. Yes, it's going to 34%, while no is at 48%. Aura said, I encourage everyone to become debt-free ASAP. Okay. Do you know Gaza? Okay. So that's just number one. And if you guys need a refresh of what number one was, is you need to know your financial standards and the roles that you want to play and you want the woman in your life to play. Okay. All my women are beautiful. LO, honesty is key. Honesty is key. So, number two. Y'all gonna like this one. Y'all are gonna like this one. I think y'all are gonna like number two a lot. You guys are gonna like number two a lot. Okay? So, the second thing you need to know if you want to keep and if you want to attract and keep beautiful women in your life is you need to know what type of relationship you want. Right? We talked about finances. Cool. But you need to know as a man what type of relationship that you want. A lot of men are always like, I'm a man. Now, this is what a man is. Hey, if that is your beliefs, that's your belief. You need to live by your beliefs. Do you want a monogamous relationship? Do you want an open relationship, a poly relationship? Do you just want to casually date? Or do you want a serious long-term relationship? Do you want to be married? Okay. Do you want to be married? Okay. These are things that you need to know as a person in general, whether you're a man or a woman. Because if you don't know what type of relationship you want, again, you're just going to go out there. You're just going to be attracted in BS. Your dating life is going to be all over the place. So you need clarity on the relationship model that you desire. So many men are out here talking about men are meant to be polyamorous. Men are meant to be with multiple women. But then they cannot manage multiple women. Just like somebody else said. Somebody earlier said this economy is not good for taking care of other people. If you have that mindset, you probably should not be in a poly relationship unless those two people in your relationship or multiple want to have the same financial relationship that you have, like the same roles and stuff, right? They believe in the same roles as you do. So you need to know, am I going to be dating multiple women? If you want to date multiple women, that is the lifestyle that you want. Be honest. Because I know for sure that there are many women out there who are okay with sharing a man. And they know for sure that this is what's going on in this relationship. And this is just what it is. Look at Nick Cannon. Look at Nick Cannon. And that's just a famous person. I know people who are not famous. All right. So, if you know, maybe you want to be married to one woman. Or even like the Anton Daniels person is trending right now. Y'all know who that guy is who's trending. I never really too much liked his personality or character too well. But I have watched a few of his videos in the past, and he talks about never getting a divorce. And I think he got married young. He comes from a family of men who are married. And in my eyes, I see him as a type of person who, there we go. Thank you, Rico. We blocking the same person. So in my mind, I see that man as a type of person who will probably have other women outside of his marriage. So some men want to be married and they want a wife to stay at home, but they want to have other women. Make sure you do what you and your wife are okay with. Okay. I'm not saying I agree with that, but that it's happening. We can see it in real time. We can see it in real time. John said Nick knocking all the wild out girls. So I'm dead. He said, no, I don't agree with being with multiple women, although it's a deeper meaning to life than marriage and loyalty. So he act like he was bullied as a child and has real money now and is able to talk crap. Nevertheless, he is funny. Hey, Lev. So you see, everybody has different relationships out there. Communication is key. Honesty is key. There are women who will stick beside you if you communicate with what you want to do in your life. I mean, will resentment grow in a marriage or in that relationship? Possibly. Who knows? Communication is key. So, again, we don't want to be out here creating chaos. Honestly, chaos is a feminine nature. I'm going to say that one more time. Are y'all ready? Chaos is a feminine nature. Feminine. Okay, we talked about masculinity and femininity in the past, right? I'm not saying that chaos belongs to women or men. I'm telling you the type of energy it is. It's a feminine energy, okay? So you as a masculine person don't want to go out there creating chaos, right? So, this is where, lying and cheating and mixed signals and emotional damage and love bombing and emotional manipulation. A lot of this, you see a lot of men and women, but we're talking about masculine people. So you see a lot of men who often will lie, cheat, manipulate, emotionally manipulate, all those things, right? Because they have a desire to be with multiple people. And instead of being able to communicate, set the standard, create order and structure, which is masculine, they do all the feminine things, and then it creates chaos, right? So y'all are funny. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to create emotional damage. You don't want to create chaos in your life, especially as a masculine person. You want as much structure and standards and consistency in your life as possible. Also, on top of that, if you don't have that type of structure and understanding of the type of relationship that you want, your nervous system is going to be out of whack. So you're going to be anxious, internally. And if you're an anxious person, you're going to attract an anxious lifestyle, an inconsistent lifestyle. You're not going to be in alignment. You may have guilt or anxiety that comes up. And that's going to destroy not just your relationship, but your reputation as a man, right? So, clarity protects everybody. Your spirit, your emotions, even though some of y'all don't think y'all have emotions, your emotions, your spirit, your life, your body, and it protects the other people that you're with. So again, you need to know, do you want to be in a monogamous relationship? Do you want to be in an open, a poly? Do you want to casually date? Are you seriously dating? Are you planning on getting married? As a man, it's a man's decision to get married most of the time as a masculine man. Most of the time. Shout out to all the new people to the channel. What? James said, you're too young to be talking like this. What is your thing? What thing are you talking about, friend? What thing? So again, we are at 43 votes. Y'all are voting on the poll today. Shout out to y'all voting. I knew y'all would like this conversation. So now it's getting about half and half. 40% said yes, they have beautiful women in real life. 44% said no. And then 16% said I don't know. No, for real. Tristan said, I want one woman, but women are not focused today. But that's a belief. Understand that everybody has beliefs, that when you have a particular belief, there are literal parts of your brain that locks you into that perspective so that that's all you see. The best example that you get is when you get a new car or when you have a favorite car and you start seeing that car everywhere, right? It's because now you have built an awareness to where now you lock into that. Prior to you getting that car or having that favorite car, you wasn't as aware. So if you change your beliefs and you say there are women out there, there are women out there who are serious somewhere. Maybe I'm not seeing them right now, but there are women out there serious. Eventually your brain will lock in for that to be your sole awareness. And then you won't even be seeing the people who are not aware. Even the same on your timeline. I have friends who I'll see stuff that's trending and I'll be like, did you see this? And they be like, girl, no, I didn't even heard of that. And I'm like, everybody's talking about it. And they're like, no, I've never heard of it. Because their algorithm is different from my algorithm because we have different beliefs, interests, and our attention is on different things. So I always tell you guys, change your algorithm. Especially if you're on social media all the time, change your algorithm. You got to start purposely going in and saying, don't show me this. And sometimes you'll see the same video and you'll be like, don't show me this. And you got to keep saying, don't show me this. Don't show me this. Dislike the video. Don't show me this. And you have to literally go and start looking up different stuff. I just recently was doing that because I'm getting tired of seeing the same stuff on my timeline. So I was like, okay, what do I want to watch? And I said, I use ChatGPT, and I'm like talking to ChatGPT, like, what is something that you think that I should start looking into? Because I want to change my algorithm on YouTube. They gave me some ideas. I didn't like the ideas. So I went and found my own stuff. And now I'm like, okay, I can start watching these things. And I'm starting to see already how I started implementing these things, following new people. And honestly, these are people who, business owners, entrepreneurs, financially doing well with their business. But they don't even get like 500 views on these videos. And if I would have stayed on my timeline, I wouldn't even have seen these videos where they're not even getting 500 views. And they did these videos like 2-3 years ago. I'm like, what? Anywho, let me not get too much off topic. Do I play chess? No, I play checkers every now and again. Every now and again. I never played chess before. Exactly, Lev. Thank you, Tristan. So, you said, hey, Mulim. Absolutely, better start saying you are going to get that beautiful woman you desire so much. Let the negative energy go far away from love because it will understand and attract. The topic, we're talking about how to attract and keep beautiful women in your life as masculine men. So that's number 2, y'all. Number 2 is know what type of relationship you want, whether that's monogamous, polyamorous, polygamy, open, serious, are you just dating? Know that. I promise you. Y'all need to double tap the live, y'all. We're going to do number 3. Let's see. It's too many people on this live for me to have 13 likes, y'all. We about to do number 3. And we got 50 votes, y'all. Double tap, double tap. So, number 3. Are y'all ready for number 3? Let me look, because we got 50 votes now. So I feel like this is a clearer number, around 50. Again, most of the people are saying no. 38% said yes, and 15% said I don't know. If you are voting I don't know, baby, you got a lot of stuff to work on. You got a lot of stuff to work on. Be grateful. Just to have someone beautiful doesn't mean pretty. Okay. I feel like if you're a beautiful person, you end up being pretty. Nubian, you said married. Are you married? Okay. Here's the third thing. A lot of y'all need to know this. A lot of y'all need to know this. Are you ready? If you want to attract and keep beautiful women, you have to have your life together. We are talking about finances. I can't get on y'all's head too much about finances. So many people have no financial intelligence. They are financially insecure. You know, that's a whole different story, right? It's a whole different story. This one, have your life together. This is not just about finances. Have your life together. Okay. So that could mean that you have purpose, structure, and direction. Like I said earlier, chaos is a feminine energy. Structure, discipline, direction is a masculine energy, right? Like, I'm going to keep repeating myself. Energy is energy. We all come with energy, whether it's feminine or masculine. We have both of them, right? But as a man who wants to be masculine, you're probably going to tend to move towards in masculine energy. That could mean that 60% of your energy is masculine while 40% is feminine. Or you use your energy in a more masculine way, you know? Okay. Thank you, Rico. Rico, you quick. Thank you so much. When you mention beautiful women, are you speaking external or internal? Both. Both. What if I want to attract a rich woman? Understand your financial role. What do you want? That's all. You just need to be clear on that. Do you think you're pretty, and to whom does it matter to? I guess to you. I think that just matters to you. I don't know if my opinion matters, if it matters to you. That's feminine to want to attract a rich woman. I mean, if you're a rich man, is it really feminine if you're a rich man and you just want to attract somebody on your level? If you're not a rich man, maybe so. I don't know. What if we have our life together but want to see if she loves me for me, so I stop providing to see what has her heart more? Is that wrong? I do think it's a little manipulative, Andrew, to do something like that. I think that you can get a lot out of a person by seeing their consistency, what they do in their day-to-day life, and by communicating with them about what they desire and what, you know, having that understanding. But to just stop just to see is a little bit more manipulative, right? Let me see. To attract a rich woman, then you have to settle for an old one. See, that's a belief, though. There's a lot of young, rich women, single, young, rich women. I mean, for a long time, one of my favorite girlies to watch on YouTube was Barbie. What's her name? Barbie something. And she, same age as me, young and rich. I mean, she's in a relationship now, you know, shout out to her. But she was beautiful, young, and rich. It's a lot of them out here, I'm telling you. You have to have your mind open. So again, have your life together. So that means you're working, or you may have a career that you actually enjoy. Most of the time, if someone does not have a career or a job that they enjoy, they're going to hate their lives, because you're doing that most of the time. You spend just as much time at work as you're spending at home, sometimes even more, especially for men, sometimes even more. So if you don't have a job that you like, sometimes you're going to take that resentment, frustration, and anger out on someone else. Most of the time it's on the people who are closest to you. And if you have a woman, it will probably be on that woman, right? So you want to have a job that you both enjoy, but you feel respected and you respect the job itself, because it's going to create a very secure, consistent energy around you. When you walk, you're going to walk with your head up high, right? So you have to find out what that means for you. We did talk about manifesting a job previously in a different video if you guys want to watch that. But that's a whole different video about how to find your passion. Maybe we can have that conversation too. How to find your passion, because I do things that I love. So, yeah, you have to have goals that you're working towards. If you don't have goals, then what do you have? What are you moving towards? How do you know what direction you're moving towards if you don't have goals and standards for your life? The goals and standards is what creates those barriers, those boundaries for you to follow. And like in the past, I've talked about, it's like a night light or a lamp in the middle of the ocean in the dark, right? If you have that little bitty light, that lighthouse, that's the better word to use. The lighthouse at the end, even in the cloudy fog, is going to give you a direction to move towards when you're lost or when you're confused, right? So you need to have your own particular goals, whether those are financial goals, physical goals, mental goals, emotional goals, relationship goals, family goals. There are many goals that you can have. You can have them be long term, which could be like 3 to 5 years or more, or short term, right? If you can have those goals and you can understand what you want for yourself, it's going to be easier to attract those beautiful women, right? And I'm going to give you, in number 4, I'm going to go a little bit deeper into why this is important. If you have your own schedule, can nobody sway you from it? That's very masculine energy. You know, you have your own hobbies, whether you hanging out with your friends, you're going out, you going to go play basketball, football, soccer, pickleball. I know a lot of Asian men love pickleball, because you go play pickleball, all you see is Asian people. So they love it. If you have your own lifestyle, you go running, you go to the gym, you have a certain diet that you eat, right? Somebody say having a dog. If you have animals, you like to take your dog to the dog park, right? If you have a life outside of a woman, that's going to make you more attractive, right? GR said you like pickleball. Okay. It's going to make you more attractive, because what happens is when you have that for yourself internally, you produce a consistent, secure energy that you push out, whether you realize it or not. And other people, especially feminine women, are going to be attracted to your consistent, secure energy, right? So just have your own life. Beautiful women often are attracted to men who have something going for themselves, men who are building something, right? If I don't know if y'all know this, but most beautiful women love to see a man work. That's why you see men dressed up in their work outfits, whether that is business, construction, or they just fixing something around the house. You want a beautiful woman to start fixing stuff around the house. A beautiful woman gonna most likely really enjoy that, right? So again, it's not attractive to be around somebody who, especially someone who is of age with a fully developed brain, 25 and older, who just doesn't know what's going on, who allows life to sway them every which way. Those people who say, oh, the economy is bad, so I cannot be the man that I wish I could be and take care of my family. Nobody wants a man like that. No beautiful feminine woman wants a man like that, who allows life to sway them any which way. You have to have your own life that you are grounded in, and you stand 10 toes down, right? What they be saying? Is it 10 toes down? I feel like that's what they be saying. 10 toes down. Stand on your square. That's just what it is. Stand on your square about what you want in your life. Again, I'm going to say this one more time. Women do not want a man who allows society, the economy, or life in general to sway them. They want a man who's going to stand 10 toes on their square about their standards and the lifestyle that they want. I'm telling you. King said, women don't like hardworking men. Your statement is somewhat false. I guess that's just the women you around, baby. I don't know. But I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Thank you, Webb. Rigo said, a man is supposed to keep his head up. Exactly. Keep your head up. Once you put your head down, that shows a sense of insecurity. Andrew said, I do believe it's her female nature to want that sense of stability, and I'm okay with that. She can be on all the accounts in the offshore ones. But I need to know love is real. In order, Andrew, you got to know how you love yourself first. Feel like, because I feel like that's the thing about relationships, right? And you talk about wanting to test the woman out. If you know what love feels for you in everyday life, if a woman loved you the way you love yourself, then that's how you're going to know the love is real. If a woman cannot love you the way that you love yourself, that's going to make it harder for you to feel love is real. So I'm not saying that everybody has to 100% be exactly what you want or love you the exact way that you love yourself. But if y'all can share some of those similarities, you know, that's what's going to show you. So maybe you feel like love is when I'm sick or when I'm not feeling well, someone cooks a meal for me. Home cooked meals is love, right? Or just in general, home cooked meals is love. If she's making home cooked meals, that's probably what's going to attract you more and make you feel safer with her, right? So you just have to figure out how you enjoy being loved and then see if that woman does that on her own, right? Just pay attention. James said, I live modest, not much money, but happy. My energy attracts a lot of women, not how much money I have. There you go. James said they live modestly. That sounds like they know their financial roles and what they want in life. And they said they attract women. Everyone should learn chess and study the game. Chess can be an analogy of life. It has an opening, middle game, and end game. Life is fluid, of course. I don't think I've ever played chess. I don't think I've ever played that before. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Who doesn't like stability? There are people out there who don't enjoy stability. If they didn't come from a stable background, it's going to be very difficult for them to feel safe in stability. It's real. What about men that work with their hands? What about them, my love? What you mean? James, LOL, asks, do I? Better distinguish the difference between. Yeah, y'all like this conversation. Make sure y'all double tap the live, y'all. Always stand on your square. The lit in said, as a beautiful woman, I must agree, execution over excuses is the most attractive mean from the masculine energy. I wish I could double tap that and like it. I wish I could. You said, I say that because it depends on the occupation. If he gets up every day and works 100 hours a week, a McDonald's woman will look down on him. A McDonald's woman? What? I don't know. Maybe she's just unaware of where she is. I don't know. There are some people are delusional. You just have to keep it going. That's just what life is sometimes. You just gonna meet delusional people sometimes. I don't know, King. Are you the person who's working 100 hours a week and had a McDonald's woman looking down on you? Is that what happened? That's crazy. You said, I understand that, but no. I'm not worried about the cooking or cleaning. All I require is loyalty and compassion. I don't mind cooking and cleaning and doing whatever she wants. She just needs 2 things. Okay, so you already know. So what, then now we got to go into what is the actions that show that someone is loyal and compassionate. Pay attention to those actions. Pay attention. Pay attention to the actions, y'all. I don't be trying to be funny. I will. That's a real question, y'all, because he said that somebody at McDonald's was looking down on somebody who working 100 hours a week, and I'm like, first of all, how does that person have any time to talk to somebody in general? How do you even have time? And then why are you talking to somebody at McDonald's who's looking down at you? Girl, you better take a picture of her at work and then send it to her. No offense to people who work at McDonald's. I mean, I heard the managers make a lot of money. That I heard that they can make up to 6 figures. So maybe that's why. Maybe she's like, you doing $100 a week, and I work at McDonald's, and I'm a manager, and I only work like 40 hours this week, and I just got paid way more than you did. Maybe that's the reason. Who knows? Who knows? People can be selfish and won't treat you like you treat them. Yeah, pay attention to the actions, not what they say. People will love bomb you now. YouTube Live, definitely the wave. Okay, well then. So yeah, again, that's number 3. Have your life together. Have purpose, direction. Have goals. Enjoy your life. King said, oh, you delusional. I'm out. Okay then. Bye. So, number 4. Are you guys ready for number 4? I think we can get to 20 likes. Y'all think we can get to 20 likes? Number 4, integrity and consistency. Oh, we got 68 votes, y'all. Okay. So, integrity and consistency is 1. Now, this is a really important one. Again, majority of the people are saying no, they don't have beautiful women in their life right now. I think that's very sad. I think there's so many beautiful women out there who should be around masculine, beautiful men, The topic, we're talking about how to attract and keep beautiful women in your life. So I feel like, again, if you could see a constant theme is removing the chaos in your life and finding structure, consistency, direction, purpose. All right. If you can find those things in your life, most of the time you can attract beautiful women and keep them, right? So a lot of this have been more focused on attracting and number 1 is more keeping. Number 1 and 2 is keeping as well. But for this number 4, this is going to be about keeping. Because there's going to be people out there who attract beautiful women inside and out. But this one is going to be how you keep this beautiful woman. Right? This is how you're going to be able to keep them. Yeah, all that video game is for children, guys. Okay. Be a provider, not a problem. Okay. So, integrity and consistency. And somebody had mentioned it earlier. I forgot the young lady's name. I think it started with like a LIH or something like that. She had mentioned this earlier. So in her words, I think that's the perfect way that she said it. But most feminine women, let me make that clear. We got different types of women out here. Most feminine women are going to be attracted to masculine men because of the safety and security that they provide. So that's going to be emotionally, mentally, physically, right? And when you are consistent, that builds a sense of predictability. And when you are predictable in a way, it makes other people feel safe around you. When you are unpredictable, whether that be, maybe you be speeding. You be speeding down the highway, going your way, having fun, screaming, playing the music loud. That's a little unpredictable. You never know. You living life on the edge, right? When you can build a sense of safety, that builds trust. And we know already that trust is one of the biggest things that you need in relationships. You need a sense of trust. That's why Andrew said, I need to trust, because he needs loyalty and compassion. He can't trust you if he ain't got loyalty and compassion. So, later talk about how not to have the woman try to make you a simp. Don't be a simp. Put her in her place. Learn how to say no. Be like, don't talk to me like that. Who the fuck you think you talk to? That's what you gotta do. Sometimes, no, I'm playing. Let me not say no extra stuff. Y'all really take that to the grave. Let me not say too much trying to be funny. So, okay. So, when a woman can have a consistent understanding of how you think, how you move, how you handle stress, and how you show up, your whole presence is going to provide a sense of consistency and integrity that allows other people to feel safe around you, right? You said being reliable. Oh, it's the lit N. That's what it was. It wasn't LIH. It was LITN. Being reliable is a turn on for a beautiful woman. Create the safety. Very true. Yes. So you want to be reliable. If you say you're going to call her, let me tell y'all a secret. And like, again, if you, let me be clear. If you have a woman and you are being your best self and she's taking advantage of you or disrespecting you, then you just need to leave her. Like, let's just be so honest. Just leave somebody who's disrespecting you, especially if you set the boundaries. Set the boundaries first. Speak up first. And if it continues, that's just what it is, right? Oh, I hate when I go off on tangents because I just low-key forget. There we go. We back. So this is a secret, right? This is a secret that some people just don't get it, right? Some people, this is a secret of communication. Not everybody has this. Some of you guys might. Some of you guys might, but let's see who do. So if you say you're going to call somebody, let's say you say, I'm going to call you at 3 o'clock after I get off of work. If 3 o'clock comes and something happens, maybe you get busy or you're having a conversation, within, I would say, like, depending on how much you want this woman, immediately, or at least within 15 minutes, at least communicate via text and say, hey, I know I said this, but I'm not gonna be able to do it because of this. Can we do this instead? And then plan for something else. Don't leave it out in the air for nothing to ever happen again. Make a plan for something else, right? And I like that Nick said Ice Baby, because I was just watching a video about Ice-T and his girl Coco earlier, and how much he really adores and takes care of his girl Coco, and how much he contributed to his life. It's so beautiful to see things like that, right? So beautiful. So if you want to have a level of consistency, because I feel like a lot of men and people in general, you know, I'm gonna be lenient on y'all. People in general, they use an excuse of work or external situations that stops them from being able to plan, take initiative, and communicate effectively, right? And you have your priorities. Make your priorities clear. Communicate immediately. Plan. If things do not go as expected, create a new plan so that things are not left out in the air. Okay. If you have a woman who's consistently, and y'all are not together, let me make it clear, y'all are not together, but she's consistently being the one to plan and reach out to you and say, we're going to do this and do this and do this, she's chasing you. Now, some of y'all who say y'all want 50-50 relationships may enjoy that. Someone who probably wants a relationship where they are the financial provider and they take care of all this may not. But maybe if you are in a relationship already and you guys know your roles, and that woman knows, well, he actually has a lot on his plate, maybe y'all can communicate, and then that is where she could be more of a planner. But in the initial phases of attracting and keeping a woman, you want to be the one planning things, especially because you can, first of all, plan within your budget, which, you know, that's one of my biggest pet peeves, is when somebody say, well, what do you want to do? And I say what I want to do, and they be like, oh, and I'm like, you know, so as a man, you plan first. You should be the one planning all the initial dates. Do it. That's how you're going to attract and keep a woman. Just be like, hey, we're going to go here at this time, or whatever time that y'all agree on. This is the location we're going to go. Okay. That's what's going to attract the woman to you. They're going to be like, oh, he has his life together. I trust him. He's planning things for us. We're going out. Okay. We're going out. We're having a good time. I didn't have to worry about nothing. Let's look at that. I didn't have to worry about anything. That's how you're gonna keep them. She kept like, I didn't have to worry about anything. We just went on this date. I just enjoyed myself. We got good energy. This man, he got it. He got it. That's what she gonna say. So that's integrity and consistency. I just told it shows leadership. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So here's the last thing, y'all. I'm glad that we have 55 minutes. Security up. We have 55 minutes. This is the last thing. Again, it falls into number 4. You can see they're kind of all falling into each other a little bit. But this is number 1. Especially if you're younger. If you're a young man, this is what you need to know. Especially, I feel like older men will probably understand this a little bit more. Be careful of the older men who you listen to, who don't tell you to do it like this. Look at their lifestyle. Look at who they surrounded by. Do you want the relationship that they have before you listen to their opinions? Okay. So this is the 5th thing you need to know. If you want to attract beautiful women, take initiative and go after what you want. Take initiative and go after what you want. You ain't got to be a psychopath, okay? You don't have to be a psychopath at all. But you need to be able to approach what you want, because what is somebody shows leadership, like the lit said, shows leadership, right? If you can approach the woman that you're interested in, that already says a lot about your personality and your character. If you cannot approach the woman that you're interested in, you have insecurity and confidence. They kind of the same thing. Lack of confidence, insecurity is the same thing. Be what they say, be aggressive, not aggressive, be assertive. Be assertive. I know they say aggressive, but we gonna say assertive. Be assertive. Be assertive. You gotta go after what you want. You can't go send your friends over there. Don't be sending your friends over there. Don't be trying to DM somebody to death. Don't be liking all their pictures to death and be in their DMs all day. DM stuff, this online stuff, is not cute. It's not cute, because a lot of people will go after a woman online, but if they see that same woman in person, they wouldn't even be able to utter a hi. It's not cute. It's no perfect timing. It's no perfect timing. You need to go after what you want. Have confidence. That's how you know. That's how you can tell a lot. This is a secret for women. If anybody, as a woman, is watching this, a man who approaches you says a lot about their character and their personality. A man who cannot approach you, do not date them. It's not worth it. They sending their friends over there. They sending sister, brothers, cousins. They sending you notes like you in elementary school. Do you like me? Check yes or no. Be cool, brother. Be cool, okay? So if you are not taking initiative, you're not initiating your relationships by approaching and saying, hey, you're beautiful. What's your name? Y'all listen to this. Listen to this part. You are beautiful. What's your name? Ask their name. I'm telling you, you're gonna be like, oh, he's cool. He asked my name. You're basically, what you're doing is you're subconsciously saying, I'm not worthy enough. If you feel like you're looking at a woman and you cannot approach her and say, you're a beautiful woman, what's your name? I want to take you out for drinks or dinner. Don't be taking her for coffee. If maybe a mocktail, okay. Maybe y'all go get a lunch. What's your name? Can I have your number? I want to talk to you. I want to get to know you. I'm interested in you. If you cannot do that, you're basically telling yourself that you're not worthy for this woman. You're not enough. And if you already feel that way, don't approach her. Because what's going to happen is it's going to grow resentment, because you're going to always feel like you're not worthy or enough. So don't even waste your time, and don't even waste her time carrying that pathetic energy into a relationship. Somebody was using that word pathetic, and I just thought it was so funny. And so I said, I'm going to start using that word pathetic. I never used the word pathetic for real, but I just think that word is so funny. So men who move first set the tone for their relationships, for their life. You as a man, like I said, don't let other people sway you. When you have a woman chasing after you, she doing all that, she's setting the tone. As a man, as a masculine man, you set the tone for your life. And then the people around you either get with it or they get lost. Okay? Because you're setting the structure. You are the presence. You know, you are the one getting everything done and settling it out. You're taking care of everybody around you, your loved ones. Set the tone. Set the tone. So that's 5 things y'all need to know if you want to attract and keep beautiful women. The list said, don't be nickel and dime and looking for a dime, fellas. Like, look, if that, for me, it's like, if that's what you want, be honest. Don't be trying to lie and manipulate, because it's just going to create more problems later. There are women who are okay with being with a man who doesn't have a lot. Look, there are men in prison today, and there are women who are living in the real world. The real world, never even been to prison, never even got arrested. And they take their time to communicate with men in prison every day. They send them gifts, money, all the things. It is out there. I'm telling you guys. So if you are the type of man who you're not financially confident, you don't trust the economy, you feel like you need, you know, a woman to take care of herself for y'all to be in a relationship, that is you. And that is okay for you. Just make sure you're doing what's okay for you, because it's possible to find a woman. Now, like somebody said earlier, they may not be the type of woman that you aspired to have. You know, it's not going to be a Beyonce. You know? So you got to know what you want in this life. Women as a woman, they should know what they want, and you should be on dating people who have the same beliefs, quality of life, and standards that you have. So a lot of creeps approach women though, and that is true. But that's how, as a woman, then you have to have the ability to decipher who you want to talk to and who you don't. But HB, you said that, like, what made you say that though? Like, are you saying that you shouldn't approach women? I'm confused. Is walk in a park okay? A walk in the park is what you do when you're already in a relationship. You shouldn't be walking in a park with somebody you just met. I wouldn't even trust that, because I feel like somebody trying to kidnap me. You want to walk in the park? No, baby. I'm not walking in the park with nobody I just met or I'm getting to know. No, thank you. You got to do that when you already in a relationship. Y'all been dating for like a few months now, and y'all just want to see each other. Go walk in the park. You said one of my old friends back in high school was like that. Man used to send people to talk to the girl he liked. I told him, bruh, stop being such a wimp. That's a turn off to girls. Where he at now? Where he work at now, Rico? That's going to say a lot. Just playing devil's advocate here, but what if being good at approaching people is simply a practice skill, not a true reflection on someone's character? Okay, so this is the second time I'm seeing this. Let me try to get an understanding of this, because I'm trying to figure out what is this being compared to. Like, because we're talking about how to attract and keep good women, but what I'm hearing is, yeah, you can approach a woman and still manipulate them and still be a nuisance to them, from 2 different people so far. So I'm trying to figure out, why is that the mindset? Well, I don't understand. I guess for me, I don't understand why we're worried about the ones who are trying to manipulate and who are doing those things if that's not you. I'm trying to figure out why is it important? Because yeah, that's always what's going to happen. It's going to always be somebody. And I know you said devil's advocate, but I'm just really confused. It's always going to be somebody who's not being there just to, you know, really be a good person. They're trying to take advantage and manipulate. It's always going to be that. But if that's not who you are, we can't worry about that. You know, we just have to have a clear goal of, this is who I want. This is why I want it. This is where I'm going. This is why I'm going, you know. I don't know. Can y'all explain that to me? So none of y'all men aren't going to ask her the main question, why women can't approach the man if she is interested. Come on, man. Meiana, this is a question for you. Okay, Andrew, I'm gonna answer your question. Let me read the rest of this. Y'all just going to agree with out testing her. Hey, pretty lady, don't forget you are rare. Thank you, Casey. Thank you. Welcome back. I'm going, y'all, and have a blessed day. Y'all just don't really know them, at least online. Dating, you can vet them a bit before the date. At least online, you can vet them a bit before the date. Yeah, I mean, you can always vet. You can always, I would say, at least get her number and talk on the phone if you want to vet somebody. Don't vet the online appearance. Don't vet text messages. Like, ask for their number and say, hey, I want to talk to you. Haven't seen him once. He moved away after graduation. Ooh. We go to a protest. I don't enjoy protests. I don't go to any protest. Now, me personally, I know different people have different beliefs. Different people have different beliefs. I do not believe in approaching a man, physically going up to a man. I just don't believe that. It's just not me. Now, there are some women who say go and do that. I think as a woman, you should show an openness and be approachable. But I believe that it's a man's duty to go after what he wants. Now, honestly, I don't really know too many people around me who went after a man and that's their relationship. So I cannot really speak too much on the other side. I just don't advise it for a woman to go after a man, okay? A beautiful woman is a jewel. A good woman is a treasure. Just joined in and must have missed the earlier comment. Hey, Sean. Is where I know some of y'all tell me y'all want women to approach y'all. What does that look like? I don't know. Before, girl, you look like you pay your rent way before it's due. Well, that sounds like a good thing. I don't know. I love that. Thank you. I don't know. That sounds like a compliment. I don't know. That's really nice. Thank you. I enjoy it. You know. Thanks. So, y'all, please. That, you know, I don't know what to say about approaching men. I know some of y'all really want a woman who is able to do that as well. I don't know what to say. I don't think they want to be approached. I think they want to avoid rejection. That's a good one. That's interesting to hear. That is a good one. You know, maybe that's what it is. Like I said, as a woman, I was always taught to be approachable. If you are interested in a man, show them through nonverbal cues. I know for any woman or young lady listening out there, I remember when I was young and I was high school, my mom told me, if you are interested in a dude, just give them eye contact. Eye contact shows interest. If you are not looking at them in their eyes, then that doesn't show that you're open and approachable. But if you're looking at them in the eyes, that shows that you're open and approachable. So what I'll do is I'll look in your eyes and I say, and go about my day. If I spend my days chasing a man, how could I be a woman? I don't know. So you take every shot if you knew you wouldn't miss, pretty much. Yeah, for sure. I don't think it's safe to approach a man you don't know these days. Exactly. Eyes indeed. Yeah. Shout out to South Africa. It's really not safe for women to be approaching random dudes, though. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, y'all got to do it. I wouldn't, again, I'm going to say this again. I wouldn't suggest for any woman to go out there and approach a man. Just show, even honestly, even just looking at a man in their eyes and giving them that attention is a lot. That's already an approach, if I can be so honest. That's already me putting myself out there and saying, hey, I'm open for you to approach me. That's already a lot. So I feel like for me personally, if a man cannot go and do the due diligence of approaching and initiating the conversation after I already initiated the availability, then I don't know, maybe there are some things in the way of that person doing that, you know? So yeah, that's about things, y'all. And I do believe if you can get these things together in your personal life, I think that you will be able to attract and keep a beautiful woman. And that's just 5 things. I feel like there's a lot more things that we can talk about when it comes to attracting and keeping beautiful women. But I knew you guys would probably like this conversation, which is why I brought it up. You said you are high maintenance and would you want your men to help pay for some of the maintenance? Just wondering, I think you can do for yourself. I mean, I think it will be a nice gift. I feel like it would show that you have interest in making sure that I am okay. And that you like to take care of what's yours. I don't know. That's what I think. I never really consider myself high maintenance though. Honestly, I would enjoy to be a little bit more higher in the maintenance. A little bit more, honestly. But yeah, I think that when a man has the ability to take care of that woman in that way, that's just showing that they want their woman to be taken care of and they don't mind making sure that it's done, you know. You said he could be aggressive. He could be interested in men. Men have a natural hunter instinct. This is where the desire to approach the woman, it is a part of the mating instinct from testosterone. Thank you, the lit Anna. Girl, where you been? Where you been? You just now coming to the conversation, girl. Where you been? Who? So yeah, y'all. I think that any man who wants a beautiful woman can do it. Just make sure you have your stuff together and don't be expecting a woman to come into your life and give you direction. Now, like with the iced tea and cocoa thing, right? There's a couple of couples that I really am like, I think they're really cute and stuff. So iced tea and cocoa. Iced tea had his own life, business, all those things. Coco had her own life and business. And I think that's what a lot of men, they worry about a woman taking advantage of them. And there are a lot of women out there who are okay with taking advantage of a man that they're with. But any sane woman is going to understand that they are, what's the word? What's the word? Though my mind is stuck on investment. That's not what I'm trying to say. My mind is stuck on investment though. A woman to a man is like an energy drink. I don't know. The word I'm trying to say is not coming. It's like an energy. I feel like a good woman makes a man thrive. Makes a man want more in life. It makes a man do more for himself and for his people. Right? So to have that type of motivation, to take advantage of somebody who is genuinely a stimulant, maybe the better word. The word that I have is just not there. To take advantage of somebody who is purposely putting themselves out there to make your life better is weird to me. You know, when I was younger, I had the mindset as a grown woman. That mindset leaves when you're trying to build a stable foundation. When you want a stable foundation, there's no reason for you to take advantage of the person who you're building it with. Because you guys should be clear in communicating what you want and where you're going, right? The word is children. What if he wouldn't help? But I have to agree with that. If she doesn't get crazy, if he wouldn't help me, I don't know. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I don't know about that one. Any man who is able to provide at a higher level does. I truly believe there shouldn't be a conversation around this when the answer is simple. If he is able to, he will. You know what, Sean? You coming in here speaking facts. Literally, and that's what I believe. Because if you hear a lot of men, they have that conversation. They don't say, I don't want to provide. I don't want that role. Most of the people are not saying that. They're saying, I cannot do that. They're saying, I cannot do that, whether it's the economy. I'm not financially secure. I'm not financially confident. I'm not financially intelligent. It's not that a lot of men don't want to. It's just that they cannot. And instead of saying, I want to, I just cannot right now, and making it a goal to be able to do that, they just say, hey, this is what it is. and they give up. And that's them allowing life to sway them any which way instead of standing on their square and going about the life that they want for themselves. So I completely agree with you, Sean. A man who wants to, he will. If he's able to, he will. So some men are afraid that even friendly intentions might come across as creepy or make them look like a pickup artist. That makes sense. I can understand why some people may be a little bit unwilling to go approach them. But if that's not your intentions, then sometimes you got to call stuff out as it is. If a woman diss you, then you got to just cordially be like, okay, I was trying to date you. You were beautiful, but actually this behavior is not beautiful. So thank you for the time. Goodbye. Call it down and go about your day. That's in some GR, you asked about not being taken as a simp earlier. Call out the behavior and say, no, that's not okay. Bye. Remove them from your environment. Any man that can provide will is not a conversation. Yeah. Motivated. I think motivated is a better word that I was trying to find. I feel like the word that I wanted, it's just not there. It's just like poof. It's not in my mind. Hey, my love, keep smiling. Your smile is very beautiful. Lots of love from India. Be healthy and strong. Thank you. Sarhaj Pandre. Thank you so much. Help. Okay. Iron sharps. Oh, helpmate. Iron sharpens iron. Oh, there we go. If you get a good woman. So yeah, so like I was telling you guys earlier, I was watching a video about Ice-T and Coco. And Ice-T was like, he was really into a woman, Sharon, what's that woman's name? Sharon Osbourne. So he was really attracted to Sharon Osbourne because of the type of helpmate she was to her partner. And so he said he wanted a wife like that. His wife was a model. When he got with her, she stopped modeling and she supported him in his life. I don't know exactly how. They didn't go into detail. But he said because of her, his money, his life, his business went ×6. It like, because of her, he's grown financially, in business, in life. And if it was not for her, he wouldn't have done that. And I believe any man who has a good woman, his life is going to like exponent. Girl, what's the word? Girl, my words is slipping my mind today. Exponentially. There we go. His life is going to multiply exponentially. So that's one example. And then on top of that, he has a woman who is she puts herself out there, her body, you know, all that. She's a beautiful woman. And he is supportive. He helps her, you know, all those things. Another one who I like is Mona Leo. And her man, what's Mona Leo's man? Mona Leo and Stunna. I love that too. Mona Leo was a woman who has her career. As she was growing in her career, she met Stunna, who was already in his career, settled in his career. Now he supports her really a lot. And I wouldn't be surprised if, because of Mona Leo and the child that they have together, he is going 10 times harder in his life. So, call out the BS, let it be known, and move on. There you go. Hey, Cooper. You used to watch that TV show? So, yeah, y'all, that's really the conversation. We got 88 votes. I knew you guys would like this conversation. Maybe we should have more conversation on it. I never really wanted to be the talking head for men and women's relationship, really, but here we are today. So, you know, let's just let that be what it is, y'all. So I really enjoyed this conversation, y'all. I really did. I hope you guys can take something from it, whether that is you are someone who has a provider mindset, or you have a 50-50 mindset, or you have a, you know, I'm a provider man, but she needs to go have a life and go have work and have her passion about her. You know, it's whatever. Just know what you want. That's really if you can really get the gist of this whole conversation, don't be a chaotic feminine man if you have a desire to truly be a solid, disciplined, masculine man. Don't let life sway you in any which direction. Speak up. Say what it is. Be clear. Be receptive at the same time. Listen. Have a goal. Have direction. And while you are moving, because in science, in physics, things are going to move in the same path until something externally knocks it off the path, right? So be on your path until someone collides with you who is going in the same direction. See if you guys are on the same page, and maybe you guys can move in the same path together. Okay? It's a partnership. It is. Know what you want. Exactly. Hey, friend. Have a good day, Eric. Okay. A man finds a wife, finds a good thing, and receives favor from the Lord. Amen. And before I head out, I'll leave with this thought. I genuinely believe people have never experienced dealing with a healed person. It's night and day. LOL. Shine's on it. Shine's on it. Shine is on it. It's about character. Yes. It's a partnership. Yes, yes, yes. So that's the conversation for today. Maybe tomorrow. I know, GR, you have mentioned being a simp. Maybe we can have a conversation on being a simp. I don't think being a simp is bad, but I think being taken advantage of is the bad part. Because if you a simp for your girl, that just means you in love. But if you being taken advantage of, that means you don't have no boundaries. So maybe we could talk about boundaries and not being taken advantage of in relationships tomorrow. But I'll see y'all then. Y'all know they canceled a lot of things because of the weather, but the weather is good where I am. So we outside. So I might be on a little earlier tomorrow. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. But I will see you guys later. I appreciate everybody who's liked the live. Make sure you double tap the live if you're still here. And thank you to everybody who's voted. One more time looking at the poll. So it's a little close, the yes and the no. So the question was, do you have a beautiful woman in your real life right now? 39% said yes. Hopefully y'all didn't include y'all's moms. I should have put that out there. Don't include your mother. 43% said no. And then 18% said I don't know. Okay. Thank you, Web. Enjoy y'all's day. Y'all enjoy y'all's Sunday. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.